Hi, I'm the Nature Guy. I'm up here at Camp Asable, and I've got an interesting story to tell you about leaf-cutting bees. Well, Pastor Ken was chopping some wood just this morning, and when he split this piece of wood, he found something very interesting inside, and he brought it to me to take a look. I don't know if you can see this kind of green portion here inside a hollow cavity of this chunk of wood. Well, when we look at it more closely, it's actually made up of little pieces of leaf. And so I'm going to try to pull some of these out here. They're all kind of rolled together. I don't know if you can really see that, but each piece kind of lays off like that. And there's another leaf. They're all kind of about the same size and all wrapped around something. Well, what's that something? I dug down into the bottom of one of these. Here's another one here we can look at. This one I've already opened up. It took me a while to find it. But this little round one here, it's just a 1/2 inch long. And it had a little cap on it. Like this right here, just a little. I'm going to hold it in my hand here, or maybe I'll take a picture of it. That little cap fits right on this little tube, and inside that little tube is a baby bee. It lays its egg in that little chamber that it's made out of these leaves. This is just made of some of those folded up little pieces of leaf. And it lays its egg in there, and it also deposits a bunch of pollen, which is what the larvae, when it hatches from the egg, it will eat the pollen. And that's what it used to grow up until it can crawl out of this little capsule and crawl away and become another leaf-cutting bee. So how do they do it? Well, they fly off to a big leaf. A big leaf is too big for a little bee to carry, so it has to cut off sort of a body-sized piece of leaf. They're kind of oval in shape, like this one here. It's just about the size of a bee, and it cuts all the way around. These bees have very sharp mandibles that stick out. They look kind of scary when you look at them, but they don't use that to bite you. They use that to just cut around a whole circle just about the size of their body. They kind of use their body as a pattern. So they just kind of cut a little circle around themselves, take that little piece of leaf and fly off and build their nest to wrap and care for their little eggs that will become larvae, that will become new little bees. Now, these guys live in Michigan. It's surprising. We've heard of leaf cutting ants in some of the tropics. They cut the leaves for a different reason. They cut the leaves and haul them off into their den and let them kind of rot, and the fungus that grows on them becomes the food for the leaf cutting ant. But the leaf cutting bee doesn't use that for food. It uses it to wrap very carefully its offspring. You know, there's a great lesson in there too, isn't it? Our God does a lot of things to care for us. He's created the world around us, which is fantastic. He provides for our needs, not just the stuff we need to eat or to stay healthy, but he also feeds our minds and takes care of us and how we feel. He loves us so much. He wants us to be happy. And so he's provided this amazing world for us, and we can be reminded of that by these clever little leaf-cutting bees. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.